It's a great time to rent.
It's a great time to buy.
What should we do?
Rent or buy.
Where's the dice?
It's a roll of the dice.
Hello everybody, my name is Barry Horvath and this is Moving Forward TV, your local market update.
And I am Delynn Gaston. Thank you for joining us today. So on today's show, we are talking about
Renting.
or buying. What should the people do? Now, we all in the industry already know we'd like to see them buy homes and such. Our realtor partners, our mortgage professionals, we'd like to see people buy houses.
Because they make money that way.
Right, but what's going on out there? Actually, according to a recent Fannie Mae survey, there has been a surge. The optimism in home buying has increased lately. In fact, September numbers have matched the all-time high that was set in June. But why? Not for the reasons you'd normally think.
No, there's a lot of things going on out there in the marketplace, but the one thing, you know, people call Delynn all the time. They never call me. It's okay. I'm okay with that. I accept my role in life. But, you know, they ask, should I rent? Should I buy? You know, it looks like it's cheaper to buy right now because the rent prices have really escalated and rent prices continue to go up nationwide, not just here in our markets, but in most markets across the country. But, you know, I think it depends. You really need to consider how long are you planning on staying, you know, because this market could go down again, and it will. It's inevitable, and then it comes back up. You know, it's cycles of real estate.
Right, the real estate world has been cyclical for years.
And can you afford, you know, remember when you rent, of course, when the AC breaks, what do? You call your landlord. Right. When you own, what do? You panic. Some people reach for their credit card. Yeah, and they go further in debt. So you really need to weigh that out. But optimism right now, and you know, people who have bought in the last couple of years have really benefited from home ownership because of tax reasons, of course. The pride of home ownership, the stability. You know what your mortgage payment is going to be. If your taxes and insurance go up, yeah, that can change your payment.
So you don't have to worry about your rent going up next year and next year and next year.
So, but there's a lot of optimism in the market, and more people and first-time home buyers and move-up buyers are stepping in.
And that's what I was, you know, I was very surprised at that. In the study, it talks about that some of the reasons that people usually, you know, when they have an optimism going on in the market, it's usually because they're worried that interest rates are going up or that home prices are going up or something like that. That's not the things that are driving it this time. First of all, there are a lot of leftover people, shall we say. The supply and demand thing, we all know there are just not enough houses. We've got way more buyers than we do houses for sale. But I was surprised to know the existing home housing market, there's only so many houses. The builders are still building. They're way off their highs as well, but they're still building. But people are skipping the first-time home buyer houses, and they're going right for the builder houses. That kind of surprised me.
Yeah, so the days of buying that $100,000 house are stepping into $250,000, even $300,000.
Yeah.
And that's because there is no existing inventory already built. So they're being forced to do that.
And because they've been renting for longer, and because of where the rental prices are, they're used to paying those higher prices.
Sure, and they've been, you know, they're more established in their life. They have jobs that maybe pay higher than they would have if they just got into the job market, because wages go up essentially. You know what's so funny is but it's not funny, you know, we have people we pre-qualified months and months and even a year ago and are still hunting for their perfect home, and they can't find it. So what are they doing? Well, a lot of them are postponing, temporarily, you know, walking away from buying a home at this time
Yeah.
or they, some people just gave up. But I don't think.
But not as many as we thought. There are definitely still some people that are out there, and they're looking for. They're just setting their standards a little bit higher now. I guess they're kind of being forced to. Like we said, those lower priced homes, they're not available anymore. They just aren't. So they're going with the higher stuff. So hey, that's great, right? And hopefully they're going to what would be the move up house.
Right.
So it's keeping everything going. Now, what is spurring them to do that? Job stability is like tops on the list in the survey. They're feeling more confident about their jobs, about their stability in their jobs and things like that, which is great for the whole economy.
Absolutely.
That was so refreshing to read.
And and of course the other thing is now lenders are loosening their belts.
Right. Not too much there.
Hey.
G-rated show.
Hey, how do you like my new figure, though, huh? What do you think?
You just look great.
But they are, we're now approving stuff with a lot of the lenders are going to lower FICO scores.
Right.
Guidelines tend to be loosening up, which is normal in a rising market because the foreclosures are much lower. People aren't walking away from homes like they were back in 2009, 2010.
Right.
Because they have equity in their home.
And pride of home ownership is back.
Well, yeah, because when you have an asset or a home that is worth more than you owe on it, you feel good about it. Like,
Right.
if you owe $200,000 and your house is worth $400,000, you feel like a king. If you owe $200,000 and your house is worth $100,000, you're like, oh, I got to go to work again,
Right.
Because you have a negative, it just doesn't.
It's sad.
It doesn't feel as good,
Right.
But it's so funny, even though one of the things nationwide, not so much maybe in Trinity or Newport Richey area, because there's so much new building on, but actually builders with everybody going into new construction, they're still off on their production. It's still,
I know, I was surprised with that too.
Less new homes being built than there are historically.
I know. In our area, we kind of laugh at that because they're like, 5,000 new rooftops, 10,000, something like that going up on the 54 corridor. I know they keep adding to it all the time.
Traffic.
So we're like, but I know, schools. Anyway, I'm not going there. I'm not getting off on a tangent about poor planning on some people's parts, but that's okay. But one of the things that I was excited about, and again, don't want to get off on a guideline thing, but one of the other reasons when Barry said that lenders are loosening guidelines, recently, Fannie Mae, everybody knows Fannie Mae, Federal National Mortgage Association, they've actually loosened the guidelines to debt ratios. Now, everybody knows the income to debt ratio. It's up to 50%. When I started in this business 102 years ago.
102 years.
You have two ratios. Your housing costs could not exceed 28% of your monthly income. And your total debt, including your car payments, student loans, credit cards, things like that, couldn't exceed 36%. That's 36 has inched up. It's 50% now. That's scary, quite frankly, to me. I got to tell you, that's scary to me. But
you know what?
But I'm not Fannie Mae.
Just to prove what you're saying, just to back it, in 2011, only they say 59% of applications were being approved in 2011 that applied for a home loan. Now 77% of those same applications are being approved.
Which again, close to the all-time high of 2011 or something, right? Or before that, yeah.
Well, anyway.
So more are being approved now than...
So let me ask you a question.
All that is optimism.
It is optimism. So you made the decision, you're ready to buy. So you now need to find a realtor. What are you going to do?
How are you going to find that agent?
We'll let you know, and we'll share that information right after this.
What are you doing? Show's on.
Oh, sorry. I was just talking to Iron Man, just asking him if we should rent or buy. And
Because after all, he is all wise.
he is all wise. Let's ask him, you know. He says...
Does he have a buy or a rent on there?
No. It says scanners read no. So clearly he couldn't find a home.
I don't know how wise he is.
I think
so. The question is, what is it? Roll of the dice?
Yeah.
Maybe ask an 8-ball?
Ask an 8-ball.
What are we going to do?
You're going to ask him, should I find...
the 8-ball.
Is there any good real estate professionals out there?
Should we buy a house? Yeah.
There's a ton of them.
Ask me again later.
Sorry, realtors. 8-ball.
Wants to hear the end of the show.
Yeah. All right, so
it's accumulating data right now.
Yeah, I think it is. All right, so you've sat down, you weighed out your options, rent, buy, market's hot, so you made the decision to buy. Now you need to select somebody that's very, very important in your role on buying a home. Maybe one of the most important people that you're going to live with maybe for the next year, 6 weeks,
right,
month, however long it takes, 2 years, to work with to help you find that perfect dream home. How do you pick that person?
I know.
There's a million real estate professionals out there, and there's so many great ones. How do you find the right match?
So, and this is something that, like Barry said, buying a house is not just an easy process anymore. There's a lot that goes into it, and it is overwhelming. It's funny
totally overwhelming.
When I sit and I meet with our clients, once they got to and when I was buying my own house, I can remember looking at houses and looking at houses and looking at houses.
I remember.
Oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. And I do this.
You were gone from the office like every 15 minutes. I found another one. I gotta go. And then you'd come back, you'd be like this, you have sad face. I go, that wasn't a good one. No, it was bad.
It's so hard, and it is so overwhelming, and you get all excited, and you're on this emotional roller coaster, and when you finally enter into a contract on a house, and you think this is it, this is the one, my kids picked out their bedrooms, everything is going to be wonderful, and then the contract falls through, or your bid doesn't get accepted, or something like that, and then you're just down again. It's very hard, and I understand that. And then when the contract does get accepted, and everybody's excited, and then they come for the mortgage, and they come to me, and they think, phew, that's over with. And then the mortgage stuff starts. So we get it. It's not easy. So you want to be with people that you like. And
like
people
Iron
that
Man. Be with Iron Man.
You know,
you need
like,
Iron Man to guide you through the process. It's the only way to go, folks.
You need Wonder Woman. That's what you need. You need Wonder Woman.
Iron Man.
To guide you through the process.
Pick Iron Man. Pick Iron. All right. Let's really. No, but seriously, how do you pick a real estate professional?
And there's a lot that goes into it. And sometimes what we wanted to kind of like point out some things, and this isn't from us. This is stuff that a lot of research goes into these things. So first thing, what we used to do in the old days is, who did mom and dad use? You know, who did the person who sits next to me at work use? Who did, you know, the guy on the treadmill next to me at the gym yell like I go to a gym? Sorry, that was too funny. Anyway, okay, so another person.
Next show. Go ahead.
So who do they pick? You know, it is definitely talk to other people and get referrals from them. Referrals are a great way, but find out and make sure that the person who does sit next to you at work or is at the gym next to you, works out with you, you know, make sure, do they have the same wants and needs you do? Are they in the same economic place that you are?
Yeah, there's a lot of
same
things
commute to work, that kind of thing.
You know, one of the things that you need to know, if you're a first-time home buyer, do you have an agent that works with first-time home buyers and understands their needs? I mean, that's one of the big things, you know. And I love this saying, because when you're buying a home, Google is your new best friend. Yeah. Iron Man is out. Google is in. Because Iron Man only gives me like 5 responses in here. So, you know. And
as we all know, the downside to Google is there is everything on there. Accurate or not doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, for every question you ask Google, there are dozens of answers.
Right.
And
right or wrong.
Yeah, there's dozens of answers. There's tons of information out there. You know, I think I think one of the things you need to look at when you're looking for an agent, the biggest thing is the trust factor.
Right.
Because let's face it, you're using OPM. I love that. I didn't even know what it was before the show.
Tell them.
Other people's money.
So when you are using OPM.
When you're using OPM, you need to be with somebody who really cares about the situation, understands your desires, understands, you know, your situation, understands that schools are important to you. Are you buying a condo? Are you buying a mini mansion?
Right.
Do they specialize in condos? Do they know about the condos? Do they know about the HOA fees? Do they know about renter provisions if you're going to buy it to rent out later? You know, they need to know the area and the market.
Right.
They can't just say, oh, I have this listing, let me show it to you.
And again, like I said, it makes a difference. You know, the person who's referring this person to, you know, your parents or whatever, it's somebody that they know and they've known for a long time. Maybe they go, you know, they're in the same church or something like that. And we're not saying don't certainly talk to that, but interview the realtors that you're going to get, because you do want to make sure that it's somebody that you click with and somebody who understands fully your, you know, when that realtor helped your parents find a house, they may have bought in a 55 and up neighborhood, and that's where that particular agent specializes, but you've got 2 small kids and you need to be near a daycare, and then the other one's going to elementary school and you want to be in a certain school district. You have to make sure that they understand your needs and your commutes and things like that.
Who is the best fit for you?
Right.
It doesn't matter, you know, so maybe don't be afraid to pick up the phone and interview different agents. Meet with them one-on-one. See if you have a good
You know,
chemistry.
the other thing, you know, a lot of times on the mortgage side, we receive our referrals from agents. So most of the people that come to us already have an agent. However, there are some times where we have people who, you know, found us in the phone book or on Google or something like that.
There's a phone book?
And understand they want to get
a phone book?
They want to get pre-approved first.
Oh, that yellow thing.
And they ask us for our opinion of a realtor that they could go to. And honestly, I do try and fit them with somebody. I say, okay, well, what kind of a personality type are you, and where are you looking to go? So if somebody is like buying up in, you know, Hudson, Weeki Wachee, up in, you know, Hernando County or something, I'm not going to put them with an agent who like specializes in Pinellas County. That would be dumb. I have
a mini checklist here. I'm going to run through it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm looking for an agent. When someone refers to you, are you looking for the same type of property? Okay. Are you looking for a cute city condo while they're in a suburban colonial?
Right.
You know, that's important to look for. Are they in the same price range? You know, did your person refer to you? Did they buy $100,000 and you're looking at a $400,000 house? That may be not necessarily the same agent. Do you have the same skill set? You know, maybe they bought them a fixer-upper and they're handy-dandy and you barely know how to pick up a hammer.
Right.
Come on, that's supposed to be funny.
That was very funny, because I'm thinking about how I don't need a hammer. Do you know that women, all we need is a heel of a shoe?
No, you need duct tape.
Or a mug.
You need duct tape. Do they have the same commute? So are they driving further to work? That's another thing to consider. And do they have children? So, you know, maybe the real estate agent, if you have children, maybe you want one with children so they understand the importance of good schools that you're in. So
not only should the buyers be interviewing the realtor, but the realtor should be interviewing the client as well, because obviously you want the best for them as well.
It needs to be a good fit. So we'll have more information and summarize all this great information that could affect the rest of your life right after this.
You know, Earl, I got something you might want to trade that thing in for.
What?
Something that really matters. Some leather that really matters.
What's that, Dave?
The Bible.
Oh, man.
How about that? How about we do a little trade-off?
Oh, I love it. I love it. We got the real word here, boy. I'm telling you. And by the way, man, I'm just so excited, man. We gonna be talking about God, TAC. That's
right.
Gonna be phenomenal on WeBeam TV every Tuesday at 5:30.
That's gonna be great.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
All right, we're back talking about selecting the perfect real estate agent.
Right.
And maybe there's some good questions that
I know there's some good questions
that they can ask their agent when they're interviewing. So I jotted these down when we were on break because I think they're very important to ask.
In other words, he highlighted them because they were already typed.
Yeah, I know. No, you got to call a spade, don't you, Delynn? So
I already told them we researched this.
All right, so here's some good questions that you as a buyer can ask your agent. How long have you been an agent? I love that one. You know, because some people, were they recommended to them because they're brand new in the business and they need
Not
a paycheck.
Right.
And I'm not saying that's bad, because there's some brand new agents that can do an excellent job, but is that a good fit for you and your situation? That's what you need to weigh out. Maybe they need somebody with more compassion that, that's just starting out. So there's, we have some agents we're working with that are brand new that are amazing. So
Right.
we really do. What experience do you have with first-time home buyers in programs? I think that's important to know, because somebody who works with someone that's doing down payment assist for someone putting 20% down, that's a whole different pool of people and a totally different situation. And if they haven't been certified for those programs, maybe they're not a good fit for you, okay? I love this one. Do you know lenders who specialize in first-time home buyers?
I do.
They know us. Actually, there's a lot of great lenders out there that specialize on it. Most of them suck. We suck less, okay? Did I just say that? You know what? It's the lending industry. It's just
my favorite line, and I'm not even commenting.
I know,
on
don't.
that
All right, another great. You like that? Another great question to ask your real estate professional. How often are we going to communicate? Are you somebody that's hands-on, that wants to text all the time and, hey, I found a house, and or
And everybody's different on that, so ask them that question.
Are they not available nights and you want to be a night person? Are they not available days and you're a day person? So you got to check all that out. Communication is the key. And last but not least, do you have references of previous clients that I can call and ask them about you?
Right.
And if they do, you should call them, check them out, ask what your experience was. And I'm sure they're only going to send you the ones that had a great experience with you, but I think it's important that they do that.
And ask them why. So, when you're talking to your friends or your neighbors or your person at the gym or whatever who are referring this agent, ask them why. Why was this person special? Why did they stand out to you? And make sure it lines up with your desires and such as well.
I think the key is go with your gut and first instincts.
Right.
You know when someone's a good fit. The day you walked in my office, I knew you were
good fit.
You were a good fit, So we've been hanging out now for like 7 years. It feels like 20.
Long time.
Some days.
I know. So let's talk real quick. So we've given a lot of good information as to what a home buyer should be looking for in a realtor. But you as the realtor, what are you looking for in a home buyer, and not just anybody, and to make sure it's a good fit for you? And what can you do? Now, you guys are already great about being available 24/7. Everybody knows. For the most part, a lot of them are. Yeah, they're available all the time. You guys have been pretty good about that, being as available as you can. Embracing technology. A lot of you guys have been embracing technology. We all know, especially our young millennials, that they're all going to technology and texting and,
Facebook Messenger.
Right, all
email.
that stuff. Instagram, picture of a house, and they, find the address and they go and drive by it. They're very self-sufficient that way. However, we did do some talking to some millennials who said that some tips that they had for realtors. Understand that although they sometimes act like they know everything, they don't. But they don't know how to ask the questions, and they don't know the questions to ask.
Are teenagers buying homes now? Is that what you're telling me?
No, but the young 20-somethings,
Yeah.
I have a 20-something. And,
Those guys.
And he's kind of like my, millennial that I refer to and things. But really, this is not what they do for a living. It's what you do for a living, and it's what I do for a living. However, it's not what somebody who works in, an insurance company or in Walmart or, in a technology company even. They don't know about buying a house. They don't know the steps that they have to go through. They need you. So don't assume that they know things. Tell them, ask them questions. Say, here's a question that you might want to know the answer to. Here's a question. Don't treat them obviously like idiots, but don't assume that they know things. Fill them in. They do want to be informed. They do want to be educated about things. So if they didn't ask you a question that they should know the answer, or that they should be asking, tell them.
Sometimes in the lending process, we go over things that we think are so simple and common sense, like, why don't you get that?
I know.
Because we see it every day, and
every
they
day.
don't. And never assume. There's no stupid question. This is a huge decision the biggest purchase in your life.
I was just going to say, yeah, it's the biggest part of your life, the biggest purchase that you'll ever make in your life. Make it a pleasant experience, and you realtors, make it a pleasant experience for them. It's stressful. We all know it's stressful.
No.
It's like the second most stressful thing a person goes through in their lifetime is buying a home. Second, guess what number one is? Death of a loved one. And here we do this for a living. So let's try and make it as pleasant as possible for the buyers, for the sellers, for everybody involved. And I know everybody tries, but being a good fit for your buyer and being a good fit even for your seller, that's and educating the buyers and the sellers, that's like key. That develops the trust that you were talking about.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I know.
So what do we got?
Long.
Yeah. What do we got going on in the community, Delynn?
Sorry.
You don't know.
I don't know. No, actually, one of my favorite events is coming up. How the Grinch Saved Christmas. So we hear, dun dun dun. We hear in the local area here, West Pasco Business Association, which is our networking group, WPBA, and you can find more information on WPBA.biz
or .rocks.
We have our seventh. This is our 7th year doing How the Grinch Saved Christmas. It's a fundraiser that we do here locally, and to give back to the community. Families last year.
We will find some families.
Helped like 6 families have a Christmas who otherwise would not have had a Christmas.
And it's a great time. We got live music from Shadowfax.
Wow, that's his band.
Check them out on Facebook. It's going to be. It'll be a great event.
It's fun. So the ticket sales are on sale right now.
Pre-sale. Get the pre-sale right now, because it goes up after November 2nd, I believe is the date.
We also do still have some sponsorship up. It always sells out every year. 7 years now, it's always sold out. So definitely get your tickets early. We do still have some sponsorship opportunities. If you want your name up there in lights and such. Probably shouldn't say that, huh?
Yeah,
but we do have sponsorship opportunities available if you'd like to give out. We also are accepting baskets and things. We do a lot of auction items and such. So if you want to promote your business by donating a basket or something for our auction, that would be wonderful. If you have like a vacation home or something like that and you want it to be a part of our live auction, that would be wonderful as well. Please reach out to either Barry or I or Maria Johnson, who is
Maria at WPBA.biz.
There you go.
You can email her. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope this was helpful information. Share us, like us, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. What else?
All that fun stuff. I have no idea. He knows it all.
Great.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. We appreciate you guys. We are today and every day
moving forward.
We'll see everybody next week.